Hi, this is John Bon Jovi of Bon Jovi,
Hi, this is Richie Sambora
and you are in the studio for the 20th anniversary celebration
of Bon Jovi's New Jersey.
Thanks, guys. I'm Redbeard, and the Garden State has been fertile musical ground for decades. From Frank Sinatra to Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons, from Bruce Springsteen to Southside Johnny. So it's only fitting that Bon Jovi's Richie Sambora and John Bon Jovi, along with song Dr. Desmond Child, could write a chorus worthy of these Jersey greats. Here's John Bon Jovi in the studio.
When we wrote Born to Be My Baby, it's funny, we were sitting around, it was actually the three of us, Desmond was with us, and Richard walked into the room and I was playing this chord progression of the chorus and picking at it, and he's, I've got this title, Born to Be My Baby. And it was funny because it was just like the day we wrote Living on a Prayer. Everybody's eyes went, oh, that's it, And then I start singing, Born to Be My Baby. And I'm going, made to be your man. And everybody, we just knew it was there. And it was like, this is it, Get your pens, It really came together. That song is a lot of fun. It was more Jersey in the demo version when I was playing a lot of harp in it. I was playing a lot of harmonica, and it was vetoed. 4-1 vote. I lost, but it was really neat because it was a little Dylan-esque at the time, and which was pretty cool.
Terrific chorus on Bon Jovi's September 1988 Born to Be My Baby from the album New Jersey, which upon its release September 13, 1988, debuted at number 1. Both Bad Medicine and later I'll Be There For You also went to the top of the singles chart, with 3 others going top 10, resulting in the New Jersey album setting the record for the most top 10 hits from a hard rock album with 5. No other hard rock album has equaled or broken that record in 20 years. To date, Bon Jovi's New Jersey album has sold over 7 million copies in the U.S., 18 million worldwide. During the Whirlwind New Jersey World Tour, I appeared with John Bon Jovi in a video called Access All Areas in 1989.
I'm going to let you pick your headline, okay? Will success spoil John Bon Jovi? Or 2, it's hard to be a hometown hero because everybody knew you when you was a bum.
Wow. No, I hope to think that it's the second one, I'd like to think that I've made a lot of friends through the years, and those friends you stay loyal to and they stay loyal to you, you know what I mean? That those are the things that you try to keep your feet on the ground and always keep your sneakers dirty.
Good line.
But it's pretty neat because, I can go down to, Krauser's and buy milk or, you know what I mean? You go out every day and you do your thing. That's just the way it is, The day I lose that, I'm in trouble.
Now contrast that 25-year-old John Bon Jovi naively entering the arena and this 20-year wizened veteran of the lion's den of superstardom.
But it's interesting because I hear that for the first time, obviously 20 years later, and I don't disagree with what it is that I said. I've obviously grown up in public, and so my thoughts and views have changed and become deeper. But that just becomes, you're talking to a man instead of a boy. But what I didn't get out of that experience was the pure pleasure of it. And a lot of that had to do with a lot of good people trying to get me to do a job, but not having the foresight to see that these kids were going to get exhausted and burned out and not enjoy it. And if it's between a steroid shot or another drink or your parents looking to you as the parents or the people who are sucking up to you because of your notoriety or for your money, it changed everyone around us even more than it changed us. If you ask Richie or the guys, their experience will have been much different than mine. It isn't the most fond period of my career for me. It's one that I don't really look back on as fondly as you would imagine I do. Because I don't. I learned with time to enjoy it, and I learned to enjoy it on my own terms. And now I can say that I've mastered that. But looking back, I can't tell you that it was the fondest of memories, no.
And standing a mere 10 feet outside the spotlight on 1,000 stadium concerts, romantically linked to Cher and later marrying and divorcing actress Heather Locklear, Richie Sambora has had a ringside seat to John Bon Jovi's fishbowl life of celebrity.
I didn't buy into it. I didn't buy into it, yeah, because I knew that it could be gone tomorrow. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I mean, let me tell you something. I had a really good time, and I thank God every day for what I did. And I said, damn, this is a good job. You know, I mean, this is good work if you can get it. But I knew that quite possibly it was not going to be there tomorrow. You know, and, you know, I think that attitude is probably a testimony to my longevity at this point in this business, and how I approach that by not taking it for granted and continuing to work real hard. You know, that comes from my parents.
When the New Jersey album was released in September 1988, the only other band 20 years ago that rivaled Bon Jovi for this level of popularity was U2. John Bon Jovi told me about bumping into Bono in Ireland.
In the fall of '88, I remember being in Dublin on the road with New Jersey. So a year later, not only had we written and recorded, but we were back on the road again. And in Ireland, in Dublin, and a wise man asked me such a deep question by simply saying, "What are you doing here?" And goodness gracious, I wish I was smart then as I am now, because God knows I should have got up and said, "You're right. I'm going home. I'm going to bed." But we did another 240 show tour, and that whole kind of, I'll show you, I'll prove to the world, I'm going to write 5 more #1 songs. I'm going to do, in retrospect, it was a big mistake. But that's what life was, you know, that's what we wanted to do, and that's how that chip on the shoulder came, and that's how, you know, we were going to differentiate ourselves from everyone else. This is how, but that was a trying time.
Where was that drive coming from? Was it internally? Were you driving yourself in the band, or was it externally for people that were prepared to eat the golden goose?
You know, when I at first, if you had asked me this question in 91, 92, I would have finger pointed. And I would have said, ugh, the ignorance of these morons who were just there to suck your blood and take your money. The truth of the matter is they were all actually quite good people who were just trying to do their job. But they weren't as experienced as they should have been to be in that fatherly, motherly, big brotherly kind of position. Because if I were a manager now looking to a band who runs themselves into the ground, and regardless of people wanting that record or the agents wanting them to tour or the demand of the promoters, I would be the guy that says, forget it. It'll come out when it's ready. It'll come out when they're ready. And until then, the world can wait. And you have to have had that confidence to tell the kids that you're working with, the world can wait. Very few guys do that. Now, that took, you know, me as the, you know, 24 years later to be talking to you like that. But at the time, I didn't know better. And it was definitely me that was throwing his hand up in the air saying, come on, give me the shot. I can deal with this. Let's go. Not knowing that I was just burning out one cell at a time and not enjoying it. And that's a shame. I mean, to be able to get to that pinnacle and not enjoy every last moment of it, ooh, that's tough, because had it not ever happened again, that would have been a sin.
This is Redbeard in the studio, thanking Richie Sambora and John Bon Jovi. Special thanks this time to Paul Korzelius. You can visit inthestudio.net for this and your other favorite interviews. In the Studio was written this edition by yours truly. Transcription by Jane Carpenter. Theme song by Andy Timmons. In the Studio is now in its 20th consecutive year. Produced by Barbarossa Limited. Copyright 2008. All rights reserved. Be a part of the In the Studio network at inthestudio.net. In the Studio is distributed by